It began like any other day. The world was watching the sky, waiting for the arrival of a harmless comet named Clark. Scientists promised it would just pass by Earth, a sight to remember. But within hours, everything changed. A sudden flash in the atmosphere turned the sky into fire. A piece of the comet broke off, and it didn't miss. Cities vanished in seconds. The world realized this wasn't a show. It was the end. In the chaos, John Garrity, a structural engineer, received an emergency alert. His family, his wife Allison and young son Nathan, had been selected for government evacuation. Only a few chosen were being sent to underground shelters in Greenland. The rest left behind. They had minutes to pack. Sirens screamed, neighbors begged for help, and the news announced impact zones. When they reached the military base, John was separated from Allison and Nathan because Nathan's medical condition disqualified him from the flight. Panic erupted. People broke through fences, soldiers shouted, gunshots echoed. John was forced to run, searching through the chaos to find his family again. Roads were jammed, explosions filled the distance, and desperate crowds looted everything in sight. They finally reunited, bruised, exhausted, and terrified. Together, they began a journey across a collapsing world, trying to reach a private plane heading for Greenland. Every mile was a battle, falling debris, burning skies, and desperate strangers. As the comet's fragments tore through the atmosphere, each explosion painted the horizon with fire. The air shook with every impact. The Garritys barely made it to a small airport, where a pilot agreed to take them if they could help load the plane before the final shockwave. They flew through storms of fire, the sky glowing orange and red. Then silence. The pilot whispered, "We're losing fuel." They crashed just outside the shelter perimeter in Greenland. Smoke, ash, and panic surrounded them, but they kept moving, running towards safety as the ground trembled beneath their feet. Behind them, the final impact hit. A massive shockwave ripped across the landscape. Mountains crumbled, cities vanished, and the sky turned white. They fell to the ground, bracing for the end. And then darkness. Hours later, the sound of sirens echoed through the ruins. They had made it. John, Allison, and Nathan were among the few survivors sheltered deep beneath the ice. When the doors finally opened, months later, the world outside was silent, a wasteland reborn. Greenland had survived, and so had they. From the ashes of the old world, humanity had one last chance to begin again.